of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their Contact Us page and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966. If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Most resolutions for the new year fail before January is even over. Why not resolve to just be a little bit cleaner in 2026? Nebraska Auto Detail is here for you. Now through March 30th, if you purchase a ceramic coating, you'll get a free interior detail. There's no better way to start your year than taking care of your car and decluttering the mess that it becomes so easily. Book your detail today at NebraskaAutoDetail.com or call Joe and the team at 402-601-5086.
Hi, I'm Scott Miller, Business Development Officer at Midwest Bank's Lincoln branches. As a lifelong Lincolnite with over 30 years of experience in financial management, I'm here to help your business grow and succeed. My focus is building strong relationships with businesses and clients across Lincoln. Because at Midwest Bank, we believe banking is about people, not just numbers. Visit us at midwest.bank or stop by one of our Lincoln locations. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Live from the heart.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Welcome into 6 p.m. in Lincoln with former Nebraska linebacker Chris Kolarevic.
Intercepted, ball game over. Picked off by Chris Kolarevic.
This is 6 p.m. in Lincoln with Chris Kolarevic, sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back on the show. I'm trying a new thing with the mic out. Does this look all right for the camera?
Yeah, we can see it good. Yeah,
looks great, man. Looks great.
But today we got my good friend Markese Stepp on the show. This is round 2 for Stepp.
Round 2.
Are you here?
Yeah, I can hear you, my man.
Okay. How's he looking on the camera? Are we good?
Yeah, it looks good.
Oh, he's got the polo shirt on.
Yeah, I got the little 90s vibe going with the pick, man. Just picked it out.
We got a lot to talk about tonight.
Yeah, we got a lot.
First of all, so I just got to Lincoln. It's getting dark out here. It's about 60 degrees in Nebraska/Iowa right now. I live right on the border, but it's about 60 degrees here in February, which has been a blessing. I can wear shorts, can wear a t-shirt, no problem. It's been awesome. Nice. I did my first coaching clinic last week. I think it was Wednesday night. I did my first coaching clinic and I had a blast with that. That was fun.
How'd it go?
It went awesome. I think the reception to it was great. I had a lot of people, reaching out, asking questions about things I was saying, or I wanted to say things and create a discussion about how football is changing. And I talked about the scheme, obviously, that we run, and I talked about just things that I see in the game, and all I was trying to do was create a discussion. And that's all I really want to do with this show too, is just create a discussion about, I think the paradigm is shifting, the culture is shifting of how things are operating in college football, and not only college football but the world. I mean, if you look at just everything's crazy right now, everything's a mess. And
You're right.
Not everybody understands how to navigate it, and I'm not saying I know how to navigate it perfectly, but all I'm trying to do is create a discussion on how to navigate these things, because it ain't easy to win college football games. It ain't easy to win, and it ain't easy to put a team together that can win at a high level. And that's all I was trying to do is create a discussion and try and figure these things out. And I have
definitely.
I'm definitely gonna do some more of those coaching clinics.
Yeah, definitely. And I think like today, even in today's college football, bro, with the NIL and everything like that, it kind of puts the strength back in the player, kind of holds coaches to a higher accountability as far as how you treat players and all those things. And I think, you and me both, a lot of people in our class that came from that, 2017, 2018 class. We literally got to see the exact shift of all the changing. So I think, for players, it definitely gives them a, level of comfortability as well, just outside of football. Think about, all the injuries that people had to deal with. Imagine if, especially like, somebody in my scenario who had dealt with a lot of injuries, if I had that money in college, being able to, late at night going to a, rehab clinic to, get my legs back underneath me or something like that,
Really
how
good
much that
point.
could benefit. But also these kids
That's
have
a
real life
really good
situations.
point, because I think like the stereotype and the common, the common narrative is that these kids are going to get NIL money and just spend it on chains and
Nah.
houses and cars and whatever. And
Yeah.
for some that's the case probably, but also people don't understand how hard it is to play 12 games and not have any money to take care of your body. Like that's very
Let
hard.
alone eat. Yeah.
You got to because you want to put the right food in your body. You want to
Right.
you want to be able to be fed, and you want to be able to work with because when you're playing at this game at a high level, you want to work with the best trainers. You want to work
with the best trainers.
and get your body right and get your mind right. You're able to even. I know guys that got NIL money and they spent it on getting the best trainers or getting the best mental performance coaches who help them with mentally performing at a high level. And there's some people there's some people out there that are really good at helping players play at a high level mentally. And there's these mental performance coaches, and I've seen guys hire mental performance coaches with the money that they get, and or hire trainers that are able that have access to different techniques as far as physically that maybe the training staff at the college doesn't have, because there's only so much the training staff at a college can do. And I've been on a bunch of them now, and I've seen it's you're going to get the basic bare bone stuff, which is great. I mean, I'm not saying anybody's doing anything wrong, but sometimes it helps to get access to other things, other resources, people that can help you with mentally preparing for the game. I mean, Michael Jordan had one of his best friend was his mental performance coach, Tim Grover. All these guys, they had mental performance coaches, and with NIL money, you can use the NIL money wisely. There's a lot of ways to wisely.
A lot of ways to use it wisely.
There's a lot of ways to use it wisely, and it can be used wisely. And I don't really see anybody talking about that. But if I'm a coach that's coaching guys that are making a bunch of NIL money, I'm going to kind of nudge them in the right direction on how to spend it. Like,
no, seriously though,
and it's all right to buy some stuff every once in a while if you got enough money, but there's a lot of ways that you can benefit your performance and increase your longevity in this game with
that money, dude. With that money, and that's one thing. Like kind of like you were saying, because I listened to your video as far as the coaching you were talking about, like just letting guys be dudes, bro, and kind of like when you were talking about the mental side of things. You'll even like some like the guys that we have friends in the league and are really good guys that played high level in college. The one thing that separated, the good players to the great or not so good was having that mental clarity on the field, bro. And I think with coaches being able to be more hands-on and pushing that narrative, I think they'll get that back in tenfold if they see, because the performance is only going to escalate. If a player can take, a millisecond to go read a gap and shoot and just go play freely, that's just going to accelerate the whole process of the team playing at that high level as well. So being able to give kids the financial literacy on what to spend it, how to spend it, and really understanding the taxes that come with it, all those things, having real clinics on like how kids could use that money to set them up for the future, because as we know, football after college is not guaranteed. And in the past, it was almost like once you got done playing college football, if you didn't go to the NFL, it kind of got brutal out there. But I will say on the back end, now with these kids having money, man, if they execute it right, we're talking about 20-year-olds going into the real world with over six figures day one, starting in their like seriously, like that's like a real reality now. And so like for these kids in college, they need to understand like that the money that they're getting, bro, like what you're seeing in a month, majority of the time are people like in some scenarios, 4 months, 5 months worth of salary. I think I don't know if it was real or not, but I see Travis Hunter. He said something about making $250 a month last year in college football. He felt like he was broke. I said, dog. I said, hey, if I was getting $250 a month in college, bro, right now we chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like $250 a month in college.
Most people don't see $250 a year.
Yeah, most people don't even see 250 a year, bro.
Yeah,
And
it's like,
so
what do you invest? Like, to me, it's that's money to be invested. And there's a
it's
lot of
money
different
to
ways to
invest.
invest. There's a lot of different ways to invest. You can invest in your body. You can
Yeah,
invest in your mind. You can invest in the people around you so that they can help you. You can
they can
invest.
help you and push the
You
needle
can
forward
invest
too.
in. I mean, obviously, there's the stocks and there's crypto, the things you can put your money into that are great.
Yeah,
There's also like you can invest in yourself. And there's a lot of
invest in
things
yourself
like LeBron James said he spends $1 million on his body a year. And
a
I'm not saying
year.
you got to spend $1 million, but to even have
Yeah,
10 grand to be able to put into your body and hire the right trainers and hire the right people around you and get the right circle around you of people that can help you succeed. You're investing in your body to increase the longevity that you can play this game.
yeah, facts. And I think even from like not even from the player standpoint, but also like for the coaches with this new way of NIL, just getting people like around them because what you don't want coaches having to worry about, the money and all those things that involved in the new NIL space, right? So you want to be able to have you want to be able to have people around them who also have a high understanding on like how things should be marketed and how those things should work. How do you put, how do you put not necessarily the players, but the program in position for that brand to make this X amount of money? So having those creative minds in this new world of football, I think right now is the best opportunity for anybody that, has, worked in marketing or done anything sales, being able to have that understanding of how things works. Being able to apply that now into college football, this is the best time to do it because before it becomes very traditional next in the 5-10 years, they got to have a foundation to get that going. So I think right now, even having that money as far as from the coach's standpoint, helps on player retention in some ways as well. Like, some of these kids are going to places that it's not always necessarily greener, but let's be real, what's building these rosters now, you got Mark Cuban and then freaking IU national championships
Yeah.
now. You know what I'm
We
saying?
got real money. This isn't some monopoly money we're playing with. We're playing with real money. Like these dudes are making money that changes lives. And how do you even like for a lot of them? How do you even stay focused? Like, are you talking? I don't know if I can hear you. Talk real quick. I don't know if your mic's working. Your mic not be. Try again. Technical difficulties. Not really. What do you think's going on, Jake?
Let's see. Let's see if we can hear him now.
How about now? Start talking.
No,
we can't hear him. Do you want to go to break real quick so we can get that figured out?
Yeah, we can try that.
All right, let's go to break real quick. We'll get these technical difficulties figured out. We'll be gone 2-3 minutes. We'll be right back. See you soon.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between, we'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top-quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. February's cream cheese flavor is white chocolate raspberry. Pair it with a strawberry cold foam. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital. Your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town. Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Tune in to Outside the Box from 4 to 5 p.m. for everything you need to know about the Lincoln Stars. Join head coach Rocky Russo and play-by-play voice Alex Fern as they sit down with special player guests to tell the story of the Lincoln Stars and give you all the news and notes you need from around the USHL. That's Outside the Box with the Lincoln Stars on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back to 6 p.m. in Lincoln with Chris Kolarevic, sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we're back. Let's test this out. We got him Stepp on or no? Can we hear him? No?
Okay, we'll see as he joins here.
All right, we're back, right?
Oh, we're back. Oh, we can hear him. Okay, we're good. Okay, let's just pick up where we left off. I want to talk about we mentioned a little bit, but how the modern shift in NIL and portal and everything is affected like player coach relationships. And how that dynamic has kind of changed. Can you speak on that?
Yeah, so I do think, with the recent NIL, it's hard for coaches because now you have a third party member now, and these agents, right? And a lot of people are fans of agents. A lot of people, have mixed feelings. But I do think there's a common ground that people can start to come on. I think if there's a change in, I can't get into specifics, but like a change in way money is necessarily being funneled through the program kind of gives, that player relationship dynamic a lot better. So let's just say, for instance, if a lot of this revenue share wasn't coming from like collectives and directly, through the athletic department's athletic department's fund, athlete fund, definitely would put the relationship as far as the players and coaches, because now when they're going to negotiate these contracts, it's like, hey man, we have this money in our athletic fund. It's not like, I got to go to our collective and check on these things. Now, when you're talking about these agents, right, I think it's very important that either the parent, the high school coach, or somebody is actually, educating these kids, because what you're seeing is these guys are taking a lot of percentages, playing with a lot less money. So what you're seeing is like 5 to 10% on kids that are making $300,000. You know what I'm saying? And this is before taxes. I don't even know if kids are aware that they're going to have to pay taxes on it before the agent is telling them this. You know what I'm saying? And so I think if kids are a lot more educated on how that process works, understanding that the agent is not the person that is the reason why you're getting paid. Your film is. You, the athlete, are. they didn't come out, and the coaches are going to offer you anyway if you're good or not, right? And so it's just making sure that the coaches are super transparent and that the players are super transparent on what the exact need is, so both parties are being taken care of accordingly. Because if the agent does choose to step away, and then they're not getting paid according to how they want to, that can also be a problem. So it's just making sure that if the money is funneled correctly, going more shape through the athletic department's revenue share, you're looking at millions and millions of dollars that these players over time could be retaining, because this 5 to 10%, bro, is starting to get outrageous for some of these agents that are taking home this money. For instance, I had a kid that I was helping out. He was in the portal. A kid that I've helped out a lot, right? And don't want to get into specifics or schools, but the first time around, he had an agent, representing him, right? Kind of puts him not in the necessarily good situation. Not saying all agents are like that, but with money being involved now, there does leave a big room for things to go wrong as well. Just as a lot of money be paid, opposite ends of the spectrum. But I was like, man, look, this time around, don't really look for an agent's advice. You need to go to the coaches yourself and have that actual negotiation with them, because at the end of the day, the coach is going to pay you accordingly to how they feel, bro. 100%.
Right. And I think I think from my perspective, the best relationships between coach and player right now are, you use the word transparent. Transparency is everything at this point. Like there's nothing to hide anymore. Like this is all like salaries, money, everything's online. And players have a voice online. Coaches have a voice online. So it's not like these relationships have to be so much more transparent, because if you're not transparent with what's going on and you're trying to be shady, or you're trying to say things that maybe aren't necessarily true, you're going to get bitten in the butt. Like, it's just not going to work. You have
that's what the agents do.
Yes. There's so much more. There's a need, in my opinion, there's a massive need for transparency in this game that's lacking. And it's lacking at every level, especially between coach and player. And it's becoming more of an adult relationship. It's not a you're just going to listen to everything I say and I'm going to control everything you do, and you have to do what I say because you don't have another choice. They have options. They can go to another school. They can go to the portal. They can go to the social media and talk. Like, these relationships have to be more transparent, and that's how it's changing, in my opinion.
And I think I couldn't agree with you more, bro. Like, I remember, when coaches were coming here to recruit me, coming all the way to Indianapolis, Indiana, the conversation was more evolved with, like, man, I'm trusting my son to be developed as a man underneath you. You know what I'm saying?
Jake, you hear that static? What's going on there? How do we fix the static?
Might just have to try to get out and get back in again.
You got some static going on. You
I do.
You got a little. I just hear a little bit of static whenever you're talking.
Let me see. What are we good now?
Mess around with the mic. Well, you got a mic on your computer. Just like kind of touch it and see if you can just like play around with it. Try talking again. Try talking.
Yo.
Still some static going on.
Yes,
what do you think it is, Jake? Any idea?
That might have been a little bit better. See if you could speak again here.
All right, we'll just, you know what? We'll ignore it. We'll try and fix it on the break. It's going to be a little bit staticky, maybe. We'll just ignore it. It's all good. Yeah. So no, I think things have changed. Like the world of football has changed, and it's very obvious. And I think people are seeing it now, and it's interesting to see how much say the players have. I mean, when you give a kid $1 million, when you're taking $1 million out of your budget and giving it to a kid, that kid becomes very important to a lot of people. Giving him money, he becomes extremely very important asset, because there's a lot of money sunk into him. That's not a small sum of money, and that money came from somewhere. So it's changed the dynamic of things.
Yeah, it definitely has, and I think, but it just comes down to the player has to know, if I'm getting paid $1 million going in as a freshman, I better be prepared to play with a lot of adversity, because it's a lot of money being tied directly into you. And if you're not out there performing, that's when you probably see a lot of kids start to transfer, because then that next year, those numbers got to look a little different, man. And so, like, honestly, I think it's not amateur anymore, really. You know what I'm saying? It's gone into strictly what can you do? What can you do for me now?
Right, and that's why I said it's more of an adult relationship. Like we can't
way more than adult.
You can't treat a person making $1 million that's doing a job. If you had a person doing doing a job for you and you're paying them $1 million, you can't treat that person like a kid. That's a grown man.
That's a grown man.
That's a grown man, and you have to treat him like a grown man and be brutally honest with him, upfront, transparent, and not only that, but allow him to have a voice, allow him to have a say in what you're doing. Because, I mean, that's an asset on your team. You can't expect that person to be a kid, because it's not. It's when you have $1 million in your bank account, and the school is giving you that much money. It changes the dynamic so drastically.
Yeah. And I think one person who is doing a great job of it, and maybe this is just from the outside looking in, like IU, dude, like being from the state of Indiana, seeing IU come, even from us coming out of high school to where they're at now, is just, you wouldn't have ever thought of that. You know what I was like? It doesn't cross your mind. And to see him balance all phases of the new market, but also you can see there's a real traditional value at that school where there's like a real culture, and there's a reason why they're winning. And then when you hear him speak on these interviews, it even shows that he's treating the players and coaches well. So it's also
he's treating everybody very well. Yeah. And I think we said this before, but there's a major need for that in this game. Just the transparency, treating people well, treating people with respect, not degrading the humans in your building. I think there's a need for that in this game, and it's been lacking for a long time. And I have a ton of respect for what he's done. I mean, it's probably the best coaching job that's ever happened in the last 100 years of football. I mean, turning that program around like that, and to see the way he's done it. I mean, what I like most about him is he's not performative with the way that he coaches. It's not performative. It's not this rah yelling. It's not this oh, the camera's on me, I'm going to start yelling and making everybody look like I'm the big dog. It's not talking louder than other people to be heard. It's when he talks, you listen because he's got something to say that you need to hear. And that I have a lot of respect for that approach of how to coach, because it's a very matter of fact, this is what we're doing, and you need to get on board with it. It's not this like, I'm just going to dominate you and be louder than you so you listen to me. It's the guy has studied this game. You can see it in his eyes, see it in the way that he talks. He has studied this game inside and out. He studied it his whole life, and he studied every part of it. He studied people. He studied the players. He studied the scheme. He understands this game inside and out. So when he talks, you listen. And when he talks, he's not forceful with it. He's not yelling in a way that like, look at me, listen to me. It's not performative. It's just, it's very natural and very transparent.
And I think, just to piggyback off what you said, I think that's why the players buy in so much. Like when you look at that school, man, they get a lot of kids from Florida, but you get a character like Mendoza, man, who's just one of those funny, corny kids in the locker room, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And at every program, that personality doesn't work. So it shows you how in tune Cignetti really is with his guys, and not only just him, but like it's duplicated. He's duplicating himself within his coaching staff as well. Agreed. And so like it's creating just an environment.
The one thing that you see, I think, and how I observe that relationship that he has with Mendoza is he's taken a lot of pressure off the kid. I mean, you can just see it in the kid's eyes. He's not carrying all this weight. He's not carrying all this pressure. He can just go out and play ball. You can just see it. Things aren't heavy. He's in the biggest pressure spot that anybody can play in football. He's playing for a national championship, and he's light. There's not this heaviness to what he's doing. He's not carrying all this heavy weight. The coach is carrying it, and he doesn't need to put that on the kid. He's putting the kid in his position to succeed and letting him use his gifts to go succeed.
Yeah, and I think that's, like you said, that's what's missing. If coaches can get back to really understanding, like, because at the end of the day, where there's people, there's power. So like you got to really understand the people that are within your building in order to maximize the success that you want to breed within it. And so like, just back to Cignetti, him having just such that relationship, like Mendoza, I've never seen a Heisman Trophy winner look just so like joyful, bro. Like,
that's what I mean. It was very refreshing.
Joyful, bro. Like
very refreshing. And I felt this when I was playing where I had certain coaches that it felt like the weight of the world was on me when I was playing. And it felt like every interview I did, I was just like carrying this baggage and this weight, and things were so heavy. And it was because the weight was put on me and the players. Whereas you look at in Indiana and you see the joy that's coming out of him. The reason that happens, and I don't think people understand this, the reason that happens is because the weight was taken off by the coach. Like the coach is carrying the weight of the heaviness of the pressure, and he's allowing his players to play freely and be on the field without worrying about all the other things that might happen as a result of this. And he's just allowed to play football. And it was really refreshing to see the joy and how much fun he was having, because you don't see that. You haven't seen that in a long time. You see a bunch of guys that it's just like they're carrying so much weight.
Yeah, you haven't seen that joy from a player, it seems like, since like
Tim Tebow.
Tim Tebow. Like, it's been a minute, bro. I was thinking about Joey B, but them boys was in the SEC. You don't get that type of luxury. But like now it's Tim Tebow, bro. That's like the last time I've seen a player just with so much joy, but also like his personality is very impactful in this current stage of like where college football is at. Very chaotic. The kid is just happy himself. He's not the guy that's going to go in there, post all the chains, all that stuff, knowing that he's going to have to pay some more back in tax, all those things, right? You can tell that the kid is he's still on LinkedIn. Like, those things is like, crap, you want him as a QB. That makes somebody like, you want to go, hey, get under center, go take all these snaps for us, right? So I think that's a bright light to start shedding on. And then I think like NIL, as far as these smaller schools as well. Let's talk about North Dakota State. You know, I think that's going to be good. Yeah, in the Mountain West, bro. I like that. I like that a lot.
I'm not a betting man, but they're going to win that conference.
Yeah, I think so too, man. Just what they've been able to do over there. Those games versus Colorado. Then they beat Iowa one year, like years ago.
Yep.
And
they're not the team they were 5 years ago or 6 years ago or whatever. They're not that team that was just dominating everybody at the FCS level. I think a lot of teams at the FCS level caught up a little bit. Because there was years, like I remember I played them in 2019, and they had Christian Watson at receiver, they had Trey Lance at quarterback, and they had 4 NFL draft picks on the O-line. And
Jesus.
At the FCS level, you're gonna dominate people doing that. And I don't think they're quite that level of dominant anymore, but I still think that program is special, and it's going to be cool to see what they do in the Mountain West.
Because I've seen like a couple of those schools. I think Montana State are trying to get in there, and then there's a couple that are actually trying to go to the MAC. I saw Sacramento State. That'd be good. Make that conference coast to coast. So that's also good for football. Seeing that these smaller schools, even if they implement NIL as well, dude, I think that'll be good for them as well, and it gives an even playing field.
From what I've heard some FCS schools have some NIL and some don't. I know, like, I don't want to name names because I don't know how correct I am on it. But there's certain schools that do have a fair amount of NIL at the FCS level, and obviously the FBS probably get more backing, you get more support, and you probably get more NIL as you move up to higher levels because you get more people watching your games, you get more TV money, you get bigger boosters when you move up levels. So there'll be some more NIL when they move up, I think.
Especially at NDSU, I can only imagine how many national championships they have like in the last 10 years, bro. Like,
yeah, I mean, they were winning like 8 out of 10 at one point. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, see, that's insane. That sounds better than Saban. 8 out of 10.
Nobody's ever seen before. It was unbelievable. Yeah, it was crazy.
I think
that stadium, and I think like from what I understood, the reason they hadn't moved up previously was, or a reason they hadn't moved up was the stadium's a little small. I think they only seat, I want to say like 17, 18,000. But I'm here to tell everybody this stadium is loud. Like if you pull
that dome is different.
If you pull up a picture of it, it's a dome, and the seats damn near go straight up. Like it's like the seats go straight up, and that noise travels straight down, and the dome keeps it in. It's one of the loudest places I've played in. They start playing Thunderstruck, and the place is crazy. And they pack it every game. Like they almost. You can't really add seats to a dome, but if they could, they should add some seats because they always pack the thing.
Dang, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. That is, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's literally like, I've never seen a stadium so like straight up. Like it's very, and I think that helps with the noise from what I understand.
Because the sound just bounces off. That's how it was when I transferred to WKU. That's how it was at UTSA, bro. The sound was just bouncing off each other. Yeah, it's a dome. UTSA is a dome, bro. And this is when they were low-key nice. Like I think they won like.
So you transferred twice.
Yeah.
What did you learn from transferring that could help some younger kids?
I would say, man, the grass isn't always greener. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just that honest. Like to be completely real and transparent. If you're struggling, and then it depends what situation you're on. You know, I know injuries happen and all that, but if you're struggling to get on the field somewhere else, why do you think if you transfer to another school, that situation is actually going to change if you don't change the person within? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, when people are hitting this portal, a lot of times I think kids aren't taking enough accountability and understanding, you know, what you have to change within yourself if you want a different outcome. Because honestly, that's what it took for me, bro. Like, once I went, and for me, everybody's situation different. Going to USC to Nebraska, you know, I think things were going in the right direction at USC. That's what I mean by grass isn't greener, always green on the other side. But once I got to Nebraska, things transpired, you know what I'm saying? And you hit your lows, you know what I'm saying? Just something like football players do. But I knew at the end of the day, when I transferred to WKU, there were some things I needed to change as far as like my mindset and how I let, you know, negative circumstances, you know, change how I did things, right? And so once I was able to understand, all right, nobody will ever be in control of my destiny again. I think kids got to start taking control of their own destiny and be like, not being like, oh, this school is going to change my destiny. Because at the end of the day, the only difference between me, you know, signing a Jets contract versus getting cut. Literally, I got cut from Nebraska. I didn't want to leave Nebraska. I got cut from that school, to just be completely honest. I got cut from there. And so, but when I look back at everything, the things that I could change, you know, there's things that you can't control, but the things I could control, I was like, all right, this next time I'm going to control. When I hit adversity, I'm not going to react like I used to. You know what I'm saying? We're just going to run straight into the fire. Yeah. And so it will change the outcome if you go in with that mindset. But kids have to take accountability for that as well. So it's not always the coach's fault. It's not always the scheme or all that, whatever the kid may want to throw.
Sometimes it can be, to be fair.
Sometimes it can be.
Sometimes it can be. To be totally fair, sometimes it can be. For sure. At times it can be. But you're right. I think at times it's at a certain point, you have to take a look in the mirror.
Yeah.
Say, what am I doing wrong here? How do I need to grow as a human? Get some self-awareness and realize, all right, in these areas, I need to grow. And a lot of that, man, is when you're young and you haven't experienced things and you haven't seen things, those losses you take or those things that you take that hurt you or things that go wrong that you didn't want to go wrong, they put you on your back for longer. Like the losses put you down for longer. And as you grow, you're able to bounce back from those losses a lot quicker. You're able to, you know, take a loss and bounce back like it was nothing because you kind of get a little bit used to it. You get a little bit numb to it. And you're going to lose. You're going to lose games. You're going to lose reps. You're going to lose, you know, you're going to get injured at times. Like things are going to happen in this game that are adverse circumstances. And the great ones at this game are able to bounce back quicker. That's pretty much what defines the ones that are great, is they're just able to bounce back quicker than the ones that don't, because you're going to lose. And it's so easy when you're younger and you haven't grown to get stuck in those losses, to get stuck in that headspace, to get stuck in that poor me attitude or stuck in your head about everything that's going wrong, when every day there's something going right. There's always something that you could have a million things going wrong, but there's always something going right. And if you just keep moving and you just keep going and you just keep picking your head up and keep moving, you find that eventually things turn and eventually things start going right.
And that's 100% true. And I think, you know, that adversity, especially being exposed to it that young, sets you up. You'll realize what it taught you, maybe not in the next year at the school, but like later on in life, like going through that, you'll definitely understand the why you did it, why you went behind it. Because like you get into this world, man, and you realize like football, sports in general have a unique way of creating that 1% of person once you put them off into the real world, right? Because you've already built the habits, you already built everything for success. Now you're just learning a different playbook and learning how to apply it, essentially. And so that's what, for me, for any kid that I can say that has, thought about transferring, and you think it's sometimes it's a scheme, definitely look at everything. Look at all the things, but more importantly, it's always going to come down, regardless of what it is, who you are as a person, you know what I'm saying? And what you're going to do to fix yourself to be better than you were the day before. And so anybody that's going through that, transfer portal and everything, just make sure when you reach that next school that you do everything possible and your absolute will to make sure it's not a repetition of the thing that you just left, And so it's just very important that you have that awareness and you have the right people in your ear. More importantly, I mean, like let's talk about that's really the scary thing.
How do you differentiate the right people around you from the wrong people around you?
Man, in today's college, it would be a little hard to see the fine line, because I think the people that are always asking and begging, you got, especially in today's college ball, you kind of got to throw that to the side. And the ones that are pushing you and giving you that hard criticism. And I always used to say this to my marketing team: would you rather have a kiss from the devil or a slap from your best friend? You know what I'm saying? And so every single day of the week, I'd rather have that slap from my best friend, because the kiss may feel good, but that slap from your best friend is going to teach you some things along the way. And so making sure you just have the right people holding you accountable and stuff like that as well. But when money gets involved, it gets tricky.
That's a big deal. And a lot of times you get to a new environment and you get to a bigger environment that you've ever been in. And then you get people in your ear that you never had in your ear before. And you don't necessarily know how to handle that. You don't necessarily know how to say no to somebody's guidance or friendship because you've never been in that situation before. And a lot of times the ones that came up with you and the ones that were with you when you didn't have anything going on, a lot of times those are the ones that got the best advice for you, and they're actually looking.
Yeah, no, seriously.
And I've met a lot of people. I've come across a lot of people, and the ones that I grew up with or ones that I grew with, a lot of times are the ones that I trust the most.
In their opinion and their thought process.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, we got to take a quick break. We'll be back in 3 minutes, Jake?
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. We'll be back.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
A new year means it's time to try new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For the days you don't want to go to the gym, don't worry. Führer's cheese spread is there to cheer you up. And for the days you do get to the gym, why not celebrate when you get back with the best dip around? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Back Nine Golf in South Lincoln is the premier indoor golf experience in the state. The weather in the winter months is cold, windy, and as unpredictable as a tee shot on the 450-yard par 4. With top-of-the-line full-swing simulators and a PGA teaching professional, Back Nine Golf is there to help you improve your game and lower your score. Back Nine Golf is open to the public with 24/7 access for members. Learn about Back Nine's variety of memberships today and see the facility for yourself at 7501 South 15th Street in Lincoln, just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Back Nine Golf, your premier indoor golf and events destination.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Winter is just around the corner. Is your vehicle ready? Don't get left out in the cold. At A1 Automotive, we prep your car for whatever winter throws your way here in Nebraska. For battery checks, brake inspections, tires, heaters, whatever your car needs to keep you and your family safe on the road, we've got you covered. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
If you've been around Lincoln for more than a few years, you've heard of Dewey's Computer Service. We've been fixing computers for nearly 30 years. Now, we're Wingman IT, and we take care of all the things that go buzz, beep, or ding for your business. Our team of support engineers take care of everything from computers and servers to business phones, network cabling, firewalls, and most importantly, IT security. We take care of technology so you can focus on running your business. Call us or visit us at wingmanit.com.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1221 N Street, Lincoln.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Your possibilities are endless at Doane University. Rooted in liberal arts, you can choose from undergraduate and graduate programs, all delivering real-world experience. At Doane University, we take a personal approach to education, giving you the guidance you need to own your future. It's not just our long history of innovative learning, it's the feeling of being surrounded by possibilities that makes us different. Now is your time. Apply today at doane.edu/apply.
Back to 6 p.m. in Lincoln with Chris Kolarevic, sponsored by the Teammates Mentoring Program on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We got the good music on. Thank you, Jake. I shout you out. You know, I try to shout you out in most of these shows, but I want to give Jake a major shout out. Best producer in the country by far.
Yeah, boy. Oh, boy. Hey, Chris, let me know if we get
static. Real quick. Let me see if the static's gone.
Yo.
Let's go. We got it going. So we got about 5 minutes left in the show, and we got everything figured out. It took us an hour. That's great. Tragic. We'll have to do it again. Yeah, I think we still got some good stuff in the show. I think we had some good content. I think we had, we spoke on some things that we needed to speak on. The static is a little bit annoying, but it's not the world. We'll be okay with it. You got anything on your mind that you want to get off your chest while you're, you probably got 5 minutes left. You got anything on your mind that you need to speak about?
Yeah, man. just like, I was when I've been looking at everything as far as, ball, life today, bro. Any kids that are going like through this college football stuff right now, anybody that's played, and I know why they're telling you in there, hey, it goes by super fast, but really, really don't take those things for granted, because like the camaraderie that you have with your teammates, the those team dinners that you have, every little second, bro, take advantage of, because once you get out of it, bro, it's really hard to duplicate that same environment. You're never gonna ever walk in front of 80,000 people cheering for you again. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so really understand like how rare of a spot that you're in, and what people would actually do that haven't been able to been blessed with that position in our lives, what they would actually give up just to have one day, one tunnel run being
Mm.
dressed in those college football colors. So just take everything, really really hone it in, be present in the moment, don't look 20 years down the road, 5 years from now. Be present where your feet are, because maximizing where you're at right now can make sure the next 20 years of your life you never have to work again. So
Yeah.
if,
And
if I
taking
had,
advantage, like
yeah,
take advantage of that opportunity. Take advantage to build your name. Take advantage of
yes,
every bit of it. Don't, if you're a freshman, try and get on the field. What are you
yeah,
doing
do
waiting
not waste
around
time.
trying to get on the field? Nothing just comes to you in this life. You have to
Yeah.
go take things. The only things that you get are the things that you go take, and you got to go take things.
And I
And
think
yeah, go ahead.
for all the and when you do transition, you'll understand why you went through what you went through. Like you'll start realizing, like going into a job interview or anything like that, you'll be that much more ahead than everybody else in there,
Mhm.
just because of your mindset. You already woke up knowing that you were gonna go die doing a workout. Like you
And don't
you
be
woke
afraid.
up.
And don't be afraid to lead from the front.
You
Don't
know
be
what
afraid
I'm saying?
to put your name on the line. Don't be afraid to put your reputation on the line. If you lose, you lose. You bounce back from it, and you
You
learn a
bounce
lot.
you
But
bounce back from it.
there's just no reason to go through this life and this college football process in the back. There's no
Yeah.
reason to just go with the flow. Put your reputation, put your name on the line. Try and make it happen. And if you push and you give everything you got, and you put your name on the line and it doesn't work out, you're going to learn a lot. You're going to learn a lot more from it than had you just sat and waited for it to come to you.
Because I think, in today's world, we get so caught up on just doing the same thing every day and not realizing, look, bro, this day, this exact second is the only time you get this exact moment back, bro. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like once you really start honing into that and realize that every day is getting closer to that day you got to go. You know what I'm saying? It's not going in the opposite direction. It never has. And so I think when people really start operating, and I'm talking about just this is just life in general. When people truly start operating from that, state of mind, understanding like literally this second I won't get back, they'll never live the same day twice ever again. Because you'll make sure you'll make
Yeah.
sure you wake up tomorrow and you're
Damn right.
not stuck in the same spot. So
Yeah. And live this life to make the biggest impact that you can, and do everything you can to support the people around you, lift up the people around you, lift up your team, lift up your
yeah,
brothers, lift up yourself, see yourself in the highest possible light that you possibly can, and
yeah.
push to achieve and do things at the highest level you can.
Because one thing you'll and this comes from some some stoic back in the ancient days, but it was along the lines of like you never want to grow old and not realizing you never reach the full capacity of your like human self, bro. And
Yes.
like when you really think about that, you don't want to look back from 80 years from now and be like, holy shit, I
You
never
don't.
actually maximized my being when I could have.
You don't. You definitely don't
That's
want to look back.
scary.
It's very hard when you're doing it, because you're going to have all sorts of emotions going through you. You're going to
Facts.
have fear, you're going to have pain, you're going to have things that go wrong, and you're going to have these things that play with your emotions, and it's going to make you want to fold up and shrivel up and shrink. And it's in those moments when you have to get bigger, and you have to
Yeah.
push, and you have to keep pushing to grow, and again, maximize yourself on this earth and be the best that you can be.
Because and I think it's also like important to be just vulnerable with who you are, be
Yeah.
authentic to what made you, bro. And I
It's,
think it's so crazy, like the toughest dudes. And I always tell people this. It's crazy how like people that like when you talk to your like people at work and everything, and they're like, oh man, those guys are so tough. Like all this, they have these personas about football players, but it's like, nah, bro. Like the conversations I've had with my teammates, bro, are like some of the most like authentic, real, heartfelt convos you'll ever have. And it comes from a sense of understand like being vulnerable doesn't make you weak. It's actually a superpower, bro. Once you get comfortable being vulnerable, you're like nothing in this world will nothing in this
Nothing.
world will ever stop me,
Yeah,
bro.
when you can have that self-awareness and vulnerability, you understand who you are, and understanding who you are and understanding what you're about, and whatever you've been through and the things that you've been through on this earth. Once you're able to accept that and integrate that in who you are, there's nothing that can change you. There's nothing that can sway you. There's nothing that can take you off of your spot if you can
Yeah,
integrate and understand and be vulnerable with yourself and understand who you are. And
and
there's
that
a need
is
for that. There's a real need for that authenticity and a real need for that vulnerability and a real need for that transparency in this game.
yeah, facts, brother. And
Yeah.
I think you're gonna be the pieneer on it, man. We all coming after Chris Kolarevic, man. You know what I'm saying?
Pushing for it. We're pushing. We're pushing.
Yes,
We just
sir.
got to get up every day and make it happen. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
That was a good show. I got the music playing. We're out of here. I don't know. Maybe next week. I don't do it every week, but I'm gonna try and keep doing shows. So we'll see you guys soon.
All right, peace out.
In a world where Wi-Fi battles rage and bandwidth is never enough,